Hey, how's it going? My name is Ricardo Zulueta. I'm the founder of Metacom Space.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm the project sales manager for Metacom Space.
And we've got some great news for you. So, quick update. We got the exhibitor link
Let's
ready.
go.
Yo, let's go. So, we got the exhibitor dashboard ready to go. I know, people have been expecting this. We've been working a lot on the back end of this thing because we're really trying to make it more efficient in how exhibitors can join events and things like that. So, as in the past, that was really our biggest bottleneck was the onboarding process for the exhibitors, and so now we've got it. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you how that works. So when you go into the site actually is app.metacom.space, and that's where you'll be able to create your booth. So this is where you end up with the event area here. But the first thing you want to do is actually create your organization. So you would go in here. I'll just do this real quick for you. Start day one.
Cool.
Boom. Once you have your organization, so later on, there's a lot of things that's going to come out next week. It's going to be the version 1.10. This will open up for you, so it's going to be in the next couple of days, sometime next week. So that's where you're going to be able to create your team for managers, sales representatives at your booth, and to customize your booth and have speakers for your booth. So anyway, let's go to the next step after that. You would go to the exhibitor booth. So you'll see, the new organization you've created. It'll say create a booth. So you click on that. Now you're here. You create the booth here. So the reason there's different organizations and different booths is because we're going to allow you to have a variety of different custom booths or different size booths. So you're going to have a variety of them that you might want to use for different events. Okay, so the design. So you can see here, there's different sizes. In the future, you'll be able to upload your own custom size. But right now, this is what you're going to be limited to. And then the next one is the artwork. So it's very self-explanatory. The left wall is the left wall, back wall is the back wall, and so on. So I just want to show you guys how easy it is to create a booth. So let's see. Let's go to Meta Conference. Oh, sorry, exhibitor templates. So this is the left wall here. And you're going to see this in real time. So this is awesome. Like, once you're creating your booth, you'll actually see it being created right in front of you.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so you'll get to see, like,
Quick.
is the design good? Is this blocking? Is the desk too high? You get to really you work on your your booth to make it as attractive as possible, to grab the attendees' attention. And as just a kind of suggestion, you don't really want too much text on your images. You want something that attracts them because they'll be able to visit your profile when they visit your booth anyway. So you can get really detailed there. It's going to link out to your website and things like that. You'll be able to include even videos later on too. So this one is the desk. So you can see that pop up there. And then you got the skybox, which is up here. So you can see them all just dynamically changing in front of your eyes while you're working on it. It's so sick, it's so smooth. So boom. And something I didn't even show you, you can actually zoom in, zoom out, turn it around so you can see what it's going to look like. Very freaking awesome. Look at that. The last thing we want to do is the logo. And the logo, before we had like an all white with a transparent background, but now you can include your brand colors, and that's something that's going to stick out. You can see here, there's just a PNG, and you'll be able to see how it looks. And then you can always just change it up, customize it the way you want to. So anyway, make sure you always save. That's one thing. And then just look at here, it'll show you what's been successfully uploaded. And then while that's happening, I can go ahead and go to the colors. So the colors are so awesome. So not only is it already different because of the images, just having these opportunity to customize every aspect of this thing is nuts. So this is the desk here. And this color picker here, you can bring out colors that are inside your images. So
Wow,
that
that's
can
really
really
cool.
enhance it. Sick, right?
And
So
that's
you don't
really
even have to
important
think
for
like which
branding.
color, what should I use for this? Well, you can just grab your colors and do different variations of that colors, right? So this one, I want this more like a darker, but the same tone. So it gives you that like same tone around it. The lighting, I can do the same thing. I could, so if you really want to enhance that specific color for your brand, you can, so it's really awesome. And then you got the panels. So and then you can see it beforehand what it's going to look like. Do you want to go light? Do you want to go a little darker? So it's really up to you what you want to do with those. I can maybe I'll go like maybe a little dark, and then the walls. So you can see you're really changing almost every part of this booth. There's like really nothing that you're leaving alone here. So, and boom. So we'll stay with that for now. And you can see how quick that was to build this
Super
booth
cool.
out. And now we're looking at the lighting. So here, this skybox, you can see the colors changing here. All right. So it kind of just makes it a little bit brighter. I'll just go white for now. Keep that, and you can make it brighter like this, so you can see how it's kind of lighting up.
Check that out.
That's sick, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to the screens. So this, you can actually now over here on the two walls here and here above those little things there, you can either put an image or a video. So it's an option. So here I'm going to put a video just so you can see how this works. I don't have any small videos, so I'm just going to put a video that we received from the Molly NFT because it's just cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
super cool.
I'll show you that you can create. And then for the images, so you can put your NFT PFPs on here, just so to, just to show what you've got. And I'll just show that real quick here. I think I have some pictures here just to show like a square version. All right, let's see these guys. Oh, where'd they go? We'll choose the mods. They're my boys. So, and then again, make sure you save. And that's it. Now you have a completed booth. Easy peasy. You can twist it around, take some screenshots, share it, let your group see it. It's going to be really interesting. Would love to see even videos being created. Another thing you guys don't realize, so we've been working on so many different things that you might not see up front, but there's a lot of things that's going on. One of the things is the binaural audio. So if I click on this, you'll actually be able to hear this video as you get closer to it. So let me
Wow.
give you, can you hear that?
Yeah. It's getting louder and louder.
This is so sick. So that's how it's
Really
going to work in
innovative.
the metaverse.
Oh yeah.
So, and the same thing with people. So when you're like having conversations, like I'm passing by you, I'll be able to kind of hear conversations the same way you do in a real world, where you kind of creep and just kind of join the conversation because it
Wow.
allows more rapport that way instead of just like coming in hot and saying, "Hey, can I talk to all of you?"
Oh
And
yeah.
then taking over the conversation. So anyway, that is the booth creation there. I could just go through this real quick.
Man, I love that.
So this is a booth section here. This is where you create the profile for your booth. Basically, when they go into your exhibitor booth, people can get more information about it. So you put your logo there, the name of the booth, the description, so it pops up, and booth tags. Tags basically you want to categorize, what category is your brand in, for at least specifically for this booth, because later on we're going to make it easy for you to be connected or associated with different events in the future that you want to request being an exhibitor for. So, and vice versa, they'll be able to search for you if you're in the NFT space, Web3 space. Your exhibitor booth might pop up, and they might invite you to the event, and then you'll be able to see events based on your tags as well. So that's
Wow,
really cool.
that's really cool. That's like that makes the events really easy to create.
Yeah. So what it does is, our whole thing is allowing people to host and monetize their own events. So the hardest part of is the monetizing part, right? Anyone can host an event anywhere now, Zoom, this, that, but how do you monetize it? No one, for us to, sustain is like you have to be able to monetize, or else how are you going to do this every week, every month, or even like a big event in a year if there's all the expenses?
Right.
This one, self-explanatory, social links, web, email, all that stuff. So this is what's going to pop up when you walk into the exhibitor booth and they
Wow.
want to see more about your profile. So that's going to show there. And you'll be able to actually add images and videos as well when they look at your profile. So you can really put more information about your brand, NFT project beyond just, you can have like an explainer video, things like that, that might not be too, or might be too big for the booth itself. Like, they can go into there. These are going to be extra features that are going to show up later on. So this is where we're going to put it. But when the beta version comes out, you'll be able to do raffles, giveaways. You can mint your NFTs from your booth. You
That's
can sell
crazy.
tokens. Like what? In the
Yeah.
metaverse. There's no leaving anything. Like you're doing everything in the metaverse. So that's really cool. This section here is about submitting your booth to events. The reason is once you create this booth, it's reusable. This is like you can keep reusing the same booth until you upgrade, change things, or whatever. That booth is ready to go as long as it's the same size and all that stuff. You can reuse this for every future event. So there could be 5 upcoming events that you might be an exhibitor for. You can apply for that or request for that and using the same exact booth. And you don't have to recreate it. You just go
Wow.
boop, boop, boop. Yeah. And this one's your favorite. You love
Oh
your
yeah,
hand.
that one. When I heard about the analytics, I was really impressed because now everybody's gonna see all the engagement coming in to every single booth.
Yeah, something that you really can't discover or learn online. I mean, offline, right? At regular
Yeah,
convention stores. So, by being in the metaverse, these are the advantages. We want to enhance the interaction. So we'll be able to measure the foot traffic, the impressions, the engagement. We even have different forms of engagement. So when the TV is in the center, we'll know that someone's most likely watching that. If the TV is a little off to the side, that's still engagement, but it's you'll be able to measure which ones because it's going to allow your booth designers to enhance like how engaged people can be with the way you design your booths. So
yeah.
everything's getting measured, and that's going to be really helpful. And then there's just a settings part, when you're having problems. So as you're going through this, you can go to our help desk here. So we're slowly building that out with all the new features. So this is the help center. And this is also a feedback page here. So you can tell us your experience, what you think we can improve and things like that. Just basically just giving us feedback. If it's something specifically about your booth, this is a very unique ID specifically for that booth. So you could just copy that and send that to us. And again, this is where you get your team. A lot of these things will show once the new version is released, which is going to be sometime next week. Billing, obviously, it's a free event, so that's not going to show up, but this is where it's going to all show. And that's pretty much it for the booth part of things. And
Really cool, man.
yeah, it's like, what do you think so far? Like all the new features, man.
Honestly, I'm super excited to be inside the Meta conference now. Just knowing what I've heard about today, I
Yeah.
just can't wait for everybody to experience it because this is a new level of like Web3 digital, space.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, we're doing so many things. Like, we could have released the Meta conference
We
like
could have,
2 weeks ago,
yeah,
and no one would even known the difference. It could have, on the front end, but the
yeah,
back end, we've done so many different
so
things that
much.
enhances your interaction. Just, it's better for you to experience it than me explaining every little thing that we've done. But there's a lot of things that, that we've changed. For example, we actually completely got rid of Unity, which is,
Mhm.
for people that don't know, is a game development platform. But we kind of transition everything to 3JS. It just makes things a little more efficient, more control. It's just better overall for the future, the long term. So we're doing a lot of those things in the back end that you guys might not see. There's also some things happening in the back end that got delayed, waiting for API keys to get like ABI codes, but that has nothing to do. And this is why we want to release this right away. So you guys can start working on your booth, get exhibitors for our booth. For our event, get that going through. And what's cool is the big difference that's going to happen from here on is that you're going to get basically like updates on all the new features. Before this, since you weren't able to enter, now that we have something solid, you're going to experience and see the features that we're talking about. So it's not something you have to wait for. You're already experiencing it. So you're going to get updates all throughout up to the Meta conference and beyond. After that, whenever we have a new feature, a new venue, things like that, we'll be able to keep updating you from there on. So now you're not going into this blind. So, and the biggest thing is, we always say that our our mission is to help people make more meaningful connections and experiences through events in the metaverse, right?
Right.
So we're helping people transition from being an audience only to a community, because a real community, they're supposed to be able to interact, peer to peer. So we really want to show that. And everyone so far, anything that you use today, like Discord, Twitter Space, basically all these tools that you see for connecting, right? They're really just for broadcasting, man. Like, what's your experience with Twitter, dude?
There's no actual community happening because I'm listening to two people for like
Right.
5, 6 hours, raising my hand, waiting to get on there.
Right. And some people
Yeah,
will wait like 5
they
hours.
will. And then
Yeah.
imagine you get dropped or something
Yeah.
happens and you have to go falling back in line.
Right. And
Oh
then what
man,
happens
it's a
when
disaster.
the host decides, like, all right, well, that's over. See you later. Now
You
you're
waited
just
for six
gone.
hours for nothing. And I
Yeah.
remember doing this for a long time, like about a year ago. There were so many Twitter spaces that had this happening where people are waiting for so long and
Yeah.
then they can't even speak.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, "Oh my God, I waited all that time."
Yeah.
So what we've learned is that, there's a need for it, and we're solving that problem. It's the communication problem. So
Yeah.
it gets very difficult when you're talking to more than 10 people, because that now you need more a networking. That's what we're solving. There's really no networking platforms. They're just broadcasting platforms. And so that's what we're producing here. So we saw that there was a need, people using Twitter Space, Zoom, Discord, Twitter. So we focus on the things that are scalable right now. And that's kind of what things that made us, that we're focusing on working in. Because after the Meta conference, we want our exhibitors and attendees to be able to have their own events like right away. So
Yeah.
we worked on that because most of the audience that are attendees that are going to go there, that sees us, they're not going to be producing conventions, but I'm sure they want to do a seminar, a class, a meeting, things like that. So we wanted to make sure that that was available first. So that's what we're focusing on first, and that's what took the time, because we were kind of going to do that a little bit later, but the more we thought about it, like, let's do things that are going to scale out first, that our attendees are actually going to use. Like, how many members are going to do like a convention next week or this month? And, even if
All
they
the
do,
time
it's
that
going
it
to take like
takes.
3 months,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah. So, what's cool is we're creating these like venues that are very easy for you to get through a subscription. So, for example, you can have a classroom to talk about things, or, oh, you have more audiences. So
TED Talks, baby.
yeah, you can do lecture halls, or you can go in a big conference room. So you have all these options just through a subscription. You can pick and choose what venues you want to use for your community or just for your event itself. If you want to do a social event, bam, I got you. So we're gonna
Mhm.
have varieties of like different venues that you can use. So as you see, we've done a lot of improvements in the back end, but the biggest improvement, or the upgrade. We're
Go ahead,
upgrading.
bro. Show them.
We're upgrading. We're upgrading.
Yeah, we're upgrading, guys.
So now that we have a very efficient way of onboarding exhibitors, we've decided to upgrade the Meta conference venue. That in now, I know it was already unheard of with people doing 50 plus exhibitors. We're
Yeah.
going for 100 plus, baby. We're going for 100 plus. You. Yep, let's go. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna need some help on that. And because of this, um, we're gonna need time. Not, but it's efficient to create your booths now. But we're gonna obviously now need more time. So we've decided, you know what, we're gonna postpone this, and everyone seems to be in agreement. We haven't really been promoting it so hard because we knew we really wanted this in. We want to give you the best experience, and we want to maintain the momentum, because if we did this event half-ass and waited 3 weeks later to tell you something else, and another 3 weeks later to tell you something else, it wouldn't be the same thing. You won't get that momentum, that the experience. Right after the experience, you're gonna want to do your own event. Like, you're gonna want to do your own event because of the way you interact and stuff like that. So we're gonna release this. If you guys know any exhibitors, I know John's already got exhibitors lined up, like
I
ready to
do.
go.
We have a
Just
wait list,
waiting.
guys.
What's
So
that?
we have a wait list.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
getting.
know.
I'm ready to start bringing them in, especially
Yeah.
now that we have this available.
Yep. So we were denying a lot of these exhibitors.
So many.
Really wanted a lot of exposure, but now there's more chances. Not everyone is guaranteed. You have to go through the qualification and verification, but you'll get a notification if you've been approved or not. So that's we're really excited. So, but we're definitely going to be more open to different projects that's
Oh
going to
yeah.
be coming out. So I'm just saying, let's make this meta conference happen. Let's go.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I'm excited, man. I'm really
I'm super excited as
So,
well.
um, finally glad that exhibitors can create this. Just getting it out there now is going to be insanity.
It is.
Going for the 100 plus, man.
Man,
Like,
I think just the postponement was a great idea because now we have more time to promote, and then we also have additional time to bring in more exhibitors, and
yeah,
overall, with everybody involved, have a better experience. Because, like you said, if we were gonna do this and half-ass it, we're all about connections, and we're not gonna be able to connect with a lot of people because some of the features probably wouldn't have been able to be deployed anyways.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know?
And the biggest, most important thing really is you get this high from this event and you're just like,
Oh,
wow, that's so awesome. And we're going to be able to, dude, people are going to want to subscribe to it right away. And what's
bro,
cool is we're
yeah,
going to let them have their first event for
for
free.
free.
I mean, most of it's going to be in the basic version, which is like the small classrooms or, just the smaller venues, but a small bar, things like that. But you can get your friends on there. You can
The
host a
community,
meeting, things like that. So, but they get to really experience it right away and see how it's so much different than using, um, you know,
Zoom,
just Zoom or Twitter
Discord,
Spaces
Twitter
to
Space.
connect with their community. Oh, we didn't even mention you're going to be able to import different events. For example, like if you do a LinkedIn event, you'll be
Right.
able to import the event information to create a metaverse for it and then use that link back to your LinkedIn event. So now you
Yeah.
just created a metaverse event, like
Using
just like that,
LinkedIn. Yeah.
using LinkedIn. Now,
Wow.
instead of just two people talking the whole freaking time and everyone getting bored, now they get to talk to each other. And then even if they leave, like, all right, thank you, great presentation. Now you can connect with the presenter rather than like because all you see is a freaking camera. And then
Yeah.
once they're gone, they're gone. They're not in any space or anything. They're just on their camera. And once they're done speaking, they're gone, like
For
they're
that,
taking
yeah.
lunch. But with this one, when they go off stage, you might be able to talk to them off stage. Um, the best part is really the community. Like, we'll be able to talk to each other after our presentation and talk about the presentation.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he's right
Actually
about what.
have connections.
Yeah, and then
Meaningful
you can
connections.
even keep your connections. It goes you can actually have contacts, so you can have each other and each other's contacts in the metaverse. So you can talk to each other anytime in the future. So if there's another future event, like, oh, no way, you're in there, sweet. So you can communicate with each other. So it's going to be really cool. So, we're going to be bringing in like different, venues coming in.
Right.
For example, like the fashion show. Like you got a quick
Yeah.
glimpse of what we're looking
Oh
at for
yeah.
the fashion show.
It's crazy.
Yo, the fashion show is going to be insane. We're probably going to do a nice little debut with the mods.
Yeah.
One of our exhibitors, for people that don't know, they're doing some great wearable, NFT project. Their avatars and like wearables are just metaverse ready for us.
Oh
So we're
yeah.
going to use them to show what
What
you
we can do.
do. Yeah, with a fashion event. We're going to have basically, if you're a fashion brand, Gucci and all these big ones, you can have your avatars, your models walking on a sick platform, all lit up with your exhibitor or designers all on a side. So after the show or during the show, you want to do wholesale buyers, things like that. You can go to the booth and talk to the designers about their collection and things like that. So you get this deep relationship rather than just like watching something and then that's it.
Yeah.
You can do that on YouTube. Like why even, do anything? It's all about the connection. So having that fashion show and this is what's cool. Once we build this like fashion show, right? We'll be able to reuse this for other fashion shows. So when, we're going to have different, subscriptions. So you can rent out this hall if you're a designer for your fashion. And we're going to make it so seamless that you can produce your fashion show very quickly, without any really crazy expenses. The only thing really that, we're trying not to be in the realm of like customizations, because that's very difficult to scale, right? Like it's like
Right.
printing shirts. When you have a very
Super
unique design just for you, like, yeah, but when you're doing mass production, that's very difficult. But what we are going to do in the future is, allow you to have, we're going to have a marketplace. So you can get designers to create a new booth. You can get designers to create different items for your booth or for your event later on as an event planner. You can have like, oh, I think I want a statue in the front hall
Next
or
to your booth.
Yeah, exactly. Like whatever, it's up to the event planner, So we've got some things that we've been thinking of. Darren actually showed me this one cool thing that we're planning to integrate is allowing event planners to like move things in the metaverse. Like basically it's almost like you have your free space where you can move specific items in different locations, whether it's a banner, a sign, or something like that's cool.
Fully customizable, man. I love that.
Yeah, so we're like expecting like large numbers with the projects. I mean, we have how many if we get
Just
100 plus just
partners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And just the 50 projects that we had, what was the reach with just the 50 booths?
Man, it was like brilliant. The audience?
Yeah. So we had like, it was like 2 point something million, right? Just for the 50 booths. If we add another 50 on top of that, so we're looking at like crazy reach. So, and what's cool too, like during the event, there's going to be, all these NFT projects that we've partnered with for, Orbit, the metaverse that we're in. So, these 12 projects are going to be claiming their apartments during the Meta conference. So that's going to be a lot of people coming up because they want their metaverse apartments, especially when they experience a Meta conference and seeing like how people talk and stuff. So you're going to have, all their communities showing up because they're getting these freaking apartments for their community. That's like 42,000 attendees that could definitely show up just those projects. We're not even talking about the other, like the promotions and the communities. Like, dude, there's some of the communities that you brought in or the projects that you brought in has like freaking thousands of members. Like Molly
Yeah.
NFT has a lot of followers.
Yeah, they have like 80,000.
Damn. So just a small
They
percentage.
sold out like 3 times. Yeah.
So just a small percentage of each community that we bring in is going to be more than anyone's ever seen before. And that's why we're
Sure, yeah.
confident, we're saying like, at first I was like, am I getting too cocky saying like we're the biggest Web3 conference in the metaverse? But it's like,
I don't think
how
so,
could we
man.
not? Like,
Because it's possible. I mean, Darren's even explained the peer-to-peer network and how we
yeah,
can have 1 million people on, and how he's tested AI, 200,000 AI in Metacom Space.
yeah.
No issues.
And what's
Go ahead.
And oh no, what's cool too is we've put in some integrations that helps the exhibitors promote their booth with
Easier.
with the tweets. So you can
Twitter.
get like a selfie tweet in front of your booth that you're attendee.
Straight to Twitter.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I believe I don't know if it's going to be available for this one. You're actually going to be able to for them to like get raffles or prizes. Like they have to send out a tweet first, and then they can get over it. So I think it is going to be possible at the Meta conference.
Yeah.
So that even adds even more exposure for the for the brands, for their booths. So they're just like click, share, and then they can get the free NFT or whatever they're giving out. Like
Yeah,
we're
man.
going to be giving out. What's that?
It's crazy to me because I remember people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get this type of exposure. And now Metacom Space, Orbit is basically putting us together to do that.
Right.
At a fraction of, right now it's free.
Yeah, right. We're hooking them up.
A fraction of that.
Because this is the Meta conference, people don't really know this is like going to be our launch party, basically.
Our beta launch, yeah.
And that's why we kept postponing, because like, no, it has to be right.
Like there's no half-assing it. Like it has, we don't want to be perfect, but it just has to be good. Yeah.
Like just what we're talking about with the tweeting, right? I mean, if for example, let's say you got like even just the first 10,000, a small percentage, it's just a small percentage of the total reach, right? If they're all tweeting out and retweeting, and then people will basically enter the metaverse, so we can basically grow as the event is going. We might freaking extend the event time just because we need time to bring them in. By the time they find out, there's like, oh, there's only an hour left. What's that?
Yeah. We can always network more, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're definitely going to be doing like, future events and stuff like that, just an introduction, but we really want the ones to get to experience their own events like right away.
We do.
That's what we really want.
Like I want to join, like invite me.
Yeah, dude, right. Exactly. I know. Invite us. I'm curious what you're doing. Like
I want to see
ready.
how they do it. I want to see how they do their events.
Exactly.
It's cool to
I'm
know.
curious. And if enough people tweet that small percentage I was talking about, we will trend on Twitter. Like we will trend.
Will definitely pick up.
I think Darren mentioned like if you got like 15,000 tweets going on, basically that's like the trending trigger. Like then you just trend, and once you trend, I mean that's going to be insanity. Man, so we're really testing the limit
here.
We're testing the limit of this platform, So I mean, just from tweeting, like according to Darren, we might get like 25,000 just from projects tweeting. Just from these projects that we have. So if we can get that, then we'll almost definitely trend.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So it's going to be insane, man. Like, I can't wait.
I mean, the selfies alone, think about it, man. Everybody's going to go in. They're going to be like, oh, we're at Metacom Space. Boom, Meta conference.
Right.
And
exactly.
how easy it is to do it, too.
And the best part is like, dude, where we're going to have it now. Like, I mean, come on. Are you, like, for people that don't see, like, look how little the people are on the right there. That's how... That's how big and massive these things are. Like they're so little. And then I just can't wait to be chilling at the bar and talking to people. Like, Like, what do you think? What do you think is going on? Like, you ready to mint an a metamorphoses or what?
Yeah, that's the crazy part is that we're really just a company. We're
Yeah.
not really an NFT. We're just using the NFT as a pass, as a
And that's all we're using, the
what
NFT
it
tech
is.
and
Yeah,
the
that's what it
community.
is. And that's
That's
what I
it.
want Web2 people to know, that this is not an NFT. We're using the NFT tech,
Right.
right?
Exactly. And that's what everyone should be doing, because NFT, all it does, people don't really understand. It just gives you access. That's
Right.
all it does. It's to provide some sort of exclusive access with like a frictionless verification, authentication,
Yeah.
things like that. So you can apply that in the metaverse. Like, we'll be able to allow different brands, different, um, uh, projects to token gate, for example, like by just getting VIP tickets, only they can go into the VIP room,
Mhm.
or your best, what do you call, customers can get a link for access to a specific event with influencers or something. So just by allowing them exclusivity by using NFTs, it's going to be huge. Like, look, like what I'm showing now, like, you'll be able to attend, um like, you know uh, just seminars that are like exclusive just for specific people. uh Teachers, homeschooling is growing, so they'll be able
Oh
to
yeah.
do
I, re-
things like that. And
I
so that's
remember
what we
when
want to
COVID
do.
happened, there were so many kids using Zoom.
Yeah, yep, through the
Yeah.
pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what
Yeah.
we want, and that's why we are postponing, because we want people to experience this and use the classrooms. And the best part is going to be affordable. Not only are you able to do this, it's going to be affordable. Like, if people, air meet, it's expensive, thousands of dollars. So you'll be able to test it out from a small venue and then keep growing and growing and growing.
That's cool. And like you said, it's a permanent venue. It's not like you purchase it one time and then it's gone.
Yep.
It's
And
gonna be there when you
dude,
rent it out again.
not only that, like, we're always going to create new venues that you can use.
Or
Um,
they can customize it themselves.
yeah,
Right?
you'll be able to customize. Yeah, you can. We'll allow, like, creating your own venues. This is going to be like later on, but we're doing things that are just scalable, that are repeatable,
Right.
that anyone can just basically. What we're telling people, like, stop. Don't buy your own club or
Right.
nightclub, right?
We
Like, just
got it.
rent it. Just rent
Just
it.
rent it. Here.
Yeah, just rent it, and then you can rent different styles of nightclubs rather than like always building your own that you're going to use one time, or
Right.
like what, once every couple of months.
People will get bored of it quick, like video games, man. That's why there's always new versions. Trust
Right.
me.
Exactly.
Every project that I've talked to that said they're gonna create a metaverse,
Yeah.
and it's just like that's it, one use. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
they're gonna get tired. Don't spend the 50 grand. Just come to us. We
Right.
got it.
Exactly. Like, that's just the way it is. But yeah, I'm excited. So, dude, I want to see what they do with these booths. And then now
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna. What's cool is, before we were doing this, like, we knew what the images were before it even showed up on a booth. But now we're gonna get surprised. Like, oh, look what they did with their booth. So sick.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing too that's different. Like, our exhibitors, as we get closer, they're gonna be able to go to test it out, like in the metaverse. Once we approve them, you'll actually be able to see other exhibitors in there, like, yay, what's up? Like, oh, you building your booth over there? Like, so
Yeah.
you actually get
What
to test the
colors are you
metaverse.
using?
Yeah.
It's just a cool conversation, honestly.
Yeah, I know. And then we're gonna have a like the entertainment part, right?
Oh,
So
we
there's
haven't
gonna
even
be
talked
something
about that.
outdoors. We're actually gonna have live DJs. Yo, we're gonna have a
Live.
live DJ
Live.
playing, streaming from Twitch. So it's just gonna stream out, and it's just, we want to show people the hybrid events where you can have, like, real world experiences, and
Mhm.
showing it inside the metaverse too. What I really want is, um, it would be great if the DJ is actually like at a live event somewhere. That
Right.
would be
Ooh, that would
rad.
be cool.
That would be really rad. And then
A hybrid event,
telling the
right?
people there to go to the Meta conference and watch him DJ there, and then people can actually like connect in the metaverse while they're at the club.
I heard something about how you can also tip them as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah,
So that's the plan. Like you'll be able
that's
to
cool because
tip
a
the
lot of people tip on Twitch.
right, right. It's gonna
Yeah,
be a future like feature that we're gonna have. We want to bring in like start putting in AR as well.
I love
We're
it.
really bringing in like when we say hybrid, we're talking hybrid, like bringing the real world to the metaverse and the metaverse to the real world.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be insane. Imagine just chilling with someone next to you in AR, like, "Yo, are you at the Metacom right now?"
Oh my god, that'd be sick. You
It's
just take out your
crazy,
phone
right?
like, yo.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then at the same time, you're connecting, you're chatting, and then you're you're gonna be able to keep in contact. So while you're in the metaverse, I'm in the real world. Like we can like contact, like it's almost like giving Neo a call in the Matrix.
Oh yeah,
It's like Morpheus calling Neo, like, yo, where you at? Like, I'm in
that's
the
gonna be
office. Like,
insane.
where are you? It's gonna be crazy. So
Okay.
anyway, we were trying to go 30 minutes at this point.
But we got too stoked, guys. We got
I
so many
know.
things that we have to tell you. That's why when it comes to Metacom Space and everything that we're doing, we want you guys to know that we're doing this for you guys as well. We're really
Yeah.
trying to make sure that we're all about that connection inside this space.
Right. And we're doing things so, like not we're just not looking at, oh, we produced a great event. We want to make sure that exhibitors are also having a great
Oh
experience,
yeah.
you know, so that they can connect with their attendees instead of just us handling all the attendees and stuff. But
Mhm.
anyway, if there's any questions at all, any great feedback, that would be awesome.
Mhm.
Leave us a link. I mean, a comment and let us know what's up. Give us a lot of feedback, positive, negative, whatever. Give us feedback so we can improve the platform as much as possible. So that's it. Link is going out soon. I'll see
We
you
got
guys
a link.
later. You.
Peace.